Algebra 1 halfers. I am going to go over the study sheet for Saxon Test 9 that you're going to complete probably on Monday. You have two different options for this, possibly three. You could do the whole study guide and then go back and watch the video for the ones that you weren't sure of. Or two, you could do the problem, then watch the video, do the next problem and watch the video. And I guess there's only two options. So there's 20 problems, so I'm going to work really quickly so that this video doesn't last for 2 hours. So you can always rewind it and watch the ones you don't understand again. So we're going to get started. The first one is lesson 41, number 3. And it's like a scavenger hunt. I'll be scavengering through this as well because I have to look through a book too. All right, so the first one is lesson 41, number 3. These will correspond to your test problem. So this is number 1, will be like test problem number 1. So the problem says, if 47 could be crammed into each compartment and if 2,820 were waiting patiently in a line, how many compartments would it take for all of them? Okay, this is a division problem. You have compartments and we're dividing the 2,820 people into 47 compartments. So we're going to be doing a division problem. You're going to divide 47, it goes in 6 times. 47 times 6 is 282. Oh my goodness, this one turns out even. And so we're going to get 60. So it's going to be 60, if it doesn't come out evenly, so it's going to be 60 people in each compartment, right? If it doesn't come out evenly, say you come out with an answer of 60.5 people. You're going to round that up to make it, is it compartments? How many compartments? Oops. Okay, so we need compartments. Let's try that again. Compartments. All right, so you can have 60.5 compartments, so you would need to increase it to 61 compartments. All right, you have to fit the people in, so you're gonna have to get more compartments. They might not all be full. So make sure you round up and label it if it's a word problem. Okay, second one. Now the thing is with this video, I don't know what I was going to say. Okay, lesson 28, 29. So everyone turn there. If you're doing it along with me, do lesson 28, 29. All right, so you can turn the video off and try it. And I'm not going to say that for every problem, but I'll leave a little gap. So lesson 28, number 29. So this one is a list of test scores. The first thing you're going to do is take your test scores and put them in order. So we have 72, 82, 85, 85, 86, 92, 97, and 100. Make sure you count that you have the same amount. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8. Make sure you don't miss any. The first one is find the range. So the range is the difference between the biggest and the smallest. So you're just going to subtract those, and that ends up being 28. The next question is the mode. That's the one that happens the most, and that would be 85. The next one is the median, which is the one right in the middle. So we have to figure out which one's in the middle. So there's 8 numbers, so between here and here is going to be the middle. It's an even number, so you're going to need to find the average. So it's going to be 85.5. It's right in the middle. You can divide them up, add them up and divide by 2, or you can just see that it's going to be in the middle of those two numbers is going to be 85.5. And then the one that takes the most work is you're going to add up all these numbers. When you add them up, you get 699. You divide by the total number of numbers, which is 8, and you're going to get 87.375. So we have the range, the mode, the median, and the mean. All right, next one. Number 3, it's from lesson 38, number 1. So pause if you want to try it. So let me find it while you guys are pausing. Lesson 38. Takes me a minute to get to these pages. 38, number 1. So this one's a tricky one. Rubella was paid $56 for working 7 hours. Write 2 ratios or rates implied by the statement. How much was she paid for a 40-hour week? So when you're doing the rates, we're going to write them as ratios. So you can do it 2 ways. It's $56 for 7 hours. Or you can flip it and do 7 hours over $56. So these are the 2 different ways that you're going to write the rates. Now you have to use those rates. These are like the conversion problems that we did. We want to find out how much she was paid for a 40-hour week. So we have 40 hours, and we want to know how much she's going to be paid. So we need what's going to be paid on the top. So we're going to pick this one. So we're going to take this times $56 for 7 hours because we want what she's paid to be the thing that's remaining. So these will cross out, and we will do we're going to have to do like a multiplication problem and then divide by 7. So we're going to take 40 times 56. Yeah, 40 times 56 divided by 7, and it's going to be $320. This would go in 8 times, so it would be a lot easier. Okay, so it's going to be $320 is what she's going to be paid. So you're going to make your 2 different rates. You just write one, flip them, and then pick which one you're going to multiply. And you're going to want what you want to be at the top and what you no longer want to cross out. Okay, next one. We are just moving along here. Number 4. This one's from lesson 39. Number 5. You can pause it while I look. Okay, I actually changed this on the test to make it a little bit easier, but the problem is what number is 3/5 of 40? Now, of means times, so we're going to use the little dot because it's going to get confused with variables if you use x's. You can put that over 1 like that. All we're doing is translating the of into multiplication. 5 goes into 40 8 times. 3 times 8 is 24. That should be a super easy one on your test. Sometimes my 4s turn into 9s. Okay, number 5. It is from lesson 36, and I have number 9 and 10. Just 2 examples. You just make sure you understand both of them. So, 36, a couple pages back, 9 and 10. So this one is we're just going to write improper fractions, this is 9, as a mixed number. So make sure you divide the numerator by the denominator. Make sure you get that right. Don't go the other way around or you'll get the wrong answer. So we're just going to divide it. We're going to make it into a mixed number. So it's going to go in 5 times. You take your remainder and you write it as the remainder over the divisor, and it's 5 1/4. And number 10 is similar, 86 over 11. Do the same thing. Make sure you take your denominator into your numerator. So it's going to go 7 times. 7 times, so we get 77, and we have 9 left over. And so it's going to be 7 9/11. There we go, those 2 answers. All right, next, number 6 it's basically saying know all the prime numbers between 50 and 80. So let's just list all the prime numbers between 50 and 80. We'll start with 25. Let's do 25 on. So we're going to do all the prime numbers from 25 to 80. All right, there's not going to be any even numbers that are prime numbers. There's only one even prime number, and that's 2. So when we hit an even number, we know it's not prime. So we do 26, 27. 27 is divisible by 9. 28 is even, so it's going to be 29. 31, 37, 41, 43, 47. When I came up with this list, I went through every number and then I eliminated. You're even? No. 48 would be no. 49 is divisible by 7, so we knew it wasn't 49. And then I just went through the list. 53. You can also tell, like, this is not a prime number. The next one, whoops, my pen just stopped writing. All right, so say we hit 57, and it seems prime, right? But if you add these together, you're going to get 12, and you know if a number is divisible by 3, then the sum of the numbers is divisible by 3, then the whole number is divisible by 3. So this is not prime. Just double check, add your digits together, and see if the divisibility rules help you on that. 67, 71, 73, 79. So those are all the prime numbers. You notice there's no even ones. You just kind of go through all the numbers and see if you can divide it by a number. And if you have trouble, add your digits up. Like this one, 5 and 7 is 12. So we know that 57 is divisible by 3, so it's not prime. All right, that was number 6. Number 7. Number 7 is lesson 20. Practice problem B. All right, so these are the multiple ones. This one says find all the multiples of 6 that are greater than 29. So we're finding all the numbers that are greater than 29 and less than 50. Okay, multiples of 6 would be 6 times 1, 6 times 2, 6 times 3, 6 times 4. The first one that works is 6 times 5, and that's 30. So that's the first one. 6 times 6 would be the next one. 6 times 7 is the next one. And 6 times 8 is the final one. So these are the numbers. These are multiples of 6 between 29 and 50. All right, number 8. This is from lesson 40, number 9. All right, so it's 2 1/5 plus 3 1/3 minus 2 tenths. 2 tenths, yes. You can line these up vertically, but I made them improper. So it's 11/5 plus 10/3 minus 2 tenths. And I'm going to do it the algebraic way of adding these together. If you have another way, that's fine. The common denominator here is 30. And we're going to try to make the 5 into 30. It needs to be multiplied by 6. So we do the numerator times 6. The 3 needs a 10, so we're going to multiply the numerator by a 10. We're multiplying by a number over itself, so it's 1, so it doesn't change the value of the fraction. And then 10 goes into 30 3 times, so we do this. Whoops. So we need that one to be multiplied by 3, so we multiply the numerator by 3. And when we add these all up, we get 160 over 30. I actually chopped these zeros off before I did my division. So 16 divided by 3 is 5, 15, and 5 1/3 is your final answer. All right, number 9. So it's from lesson 39, number 15. The problem says 43 5/7 minus 12 2/14. You know what I did? I just said that's the same as 1/7 and proceeded with my problem. But you can line this one up vertically. There's only 2 of them. So you have to kind of make the decision what you're going to do. So I'm going to just reduce this to 1/7. Why not, right? And then we can just subtract it. So we're going to get 1, 3, and then we're going to have 4/7. That was kind of easy. All right, number 10. Number 10 is from lesson 44, number 21, and it looks like this. 5/6 plus 17/12 minus 3/4. They're really similar to when we did 2 problems ago. Find the common denominator, which is 12. This one needs a 2, so this would need a 2. So we're making all these denominators look like the common denominator, so we need 10. This one doesn't need anything. We can just multiply by 1. And this one needs to be multiplied by 3 to make a 12. So we'll multiply the numerator by 3. So we get minus 9. And we get 10 minus 9. I'm just doing it in order that makes it easier for me to add these up. Would be 1. 1 plus 17 is 18/12, which is, when we reduce this, is 3/2, and that is equal to 1 1/2. All right, halfway done. Number 11 is from lesson, I had to change this one, 25A. So let me look this one up real quick. 25A, that is not 25A. 35A, can't read my writing. Lesson 35A. One sec. Okay, we're going to subtract. It's 7 1/5 minus 4 2/3. So I'm going to line these up vertically. 7 1/5 minus 4 2/3. We're going to find our common denominator is 15. So 5 times 3 gives you 15. So we would take the 1 times 3. 3 times 5 gives you 15. So we would take the 2 times 5. We have a problem. We cannot take 10/15 from 3/15. So we need to borrow 1 from the 7. What denominator we're going to use? We're going to use 15/15. So it's the same as 1, but I wanted to be able to add these together. So we get 18/15. And then we're going to subtract. So we get 2 8/15. And then we just need to reduce that. Actually, it is reduced. That's it. That's your final answer. Okay, number 12. This one is from lesson 31, number 24. So this is an order of operation problem. 6 times 7 plus 6 minus 2 times 8. If you have multiplication or division, you should put parentheses around them so that you do them first. You could get tempted to add numbers before you do multiplication. So put the parentheses around there. So we get 42 plus 6 minus 16, and we get 32. That was pretty easy. Okay, number 13. So it's from lesson 10, number 19, and it's a beautiful long division problem with decimals. 2.77 divided by I can do a better divided sign, divided by 0.0055. So here we go. It's 2.77 divided by 0.0055. So we move our decimal point. We have to move it so that we move it to the end. So we move it over 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4 places. So I'm going to move this one over 4 places because we want to make our divisor a whole number. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to add 2 zeros to our number. So I'm going to rewrite this so that it's not so messy with those lines underneath it, and then we'll do the long division problem. So it's 27700 divided by 55. So it goes in 5 times. I did the problems on the side, and we're going to get 275. And we bring down, subtract, and bring down the 0. It doesn't go in at all, so we put a 0. We bring down another 0. It's going to go in 3 times. 3 times 55 is 165. We subtract again, and we're going to get borrow. We're going to get 5, and we're going to get 3. Yeah, that's a 9, so it's going to be 35. And we have to bring down another 0, so you have to add a 0, bring it down, and bring a decimal point up because we had to add a 0. So we're going to bring a decimal point straight up there before we add that 0. And then we're going to go again. 55 goes into 350 6 times. 6 times 55. 6 times 55 is 330. We subtract, and look, we're starting to get a repeating pattern. We have to add another 0. And you see the 200 up there, so it's going to be a 3. And then it's just going to continue to repeat, so we just put a line over the repeating numbers. So make sure that you move your decimal points over when you start the problem, and then make sure if you have to add zeros, you put a decimal point in the answer. Okay, next one. That was number 13. So let's go to number 14. 14 is from lesson 35, number 23. So I need to look that one up in the book. 3523. It says we're going to use 2 unit multipliers to convert 400 inches into yards. So here we go. We're going to use 2 unit multipliers. So right away, you're going to put, we have our inches, and we're going to convert those into yards. So we want it to go into yards, so we use 2. Remember, we make our units diagonal, so that's going to be inches. So we're going to go into feet and feet down here. And then we have 12 inches in 1 foot. We have 3 feet in 1 yard. So we're going to get 400. These inches cross out. The feet cross out, and we're left with yards. So it's 400 divided by 36. And when you do that division, I think I was like reducing. You can either do it that way. I took, what did I take into these? I took 2, I think. I did 2, and I brought it down to 200 over 18. And then I did 2 again, and I got 100 over 9. And then a long division problem on the side, like thus, and we get 9, 10, another 1, another 9, so it's 11 and 1/9. Ran out of room there. Okay, that's 14. Number 15. Lesson 22, number 8. This problem is 26 over 90 times 24 over 25 divided by 4 over 15. So let's rewrite it with changing your division into multiplication. So 26 over 90 times 24 over 25 times 15 over 4. I actually did this one 2 ways just to make sure that I got the right answer. So we want to do some cancellation before we start. There's multiple ways to do this. You can take the 4 into the 24 and get 6, right? And 1. We can take 5 into both of these. So 5 goes into this 3 times, 5 goes into this one 5 times. We can take, let's see, we could take 6 into 90. That's a tricky one. I think it goes. So let's try that one. It goes 15 times, so you can take the 6 into the 90 15 times. And is there anything else we can do on this one? We can take 3 into the 15, it goes 5 times. So on the top we just have 1s, and the denominator, oh, we have the 26. So it's going to be 26 over 25. I did it a couple different ways, like I was saying. So you could rewrite it. You could reduce this one first. You could start taking 2 into both of these. So there's different ways to do it. No matter how you do it, you're going to end up with the same answer, which is 26 over 25. All right, number 16. Number 16 is, I have to find it. Might have to look back up at the top. Nope, number 16. What happened to that circly thing? Didn't look too good there. Okay, number 16 is from lesson 35. Wait a minute, I already did 16 by accident, guys. I don't know what I did wrong. So sorry, I put that in the wrong place. I can't even know to go back. Okay, let's move on to 17. I had them out of order on my paper, so I might have forgotten to do one. This is from lesson 32, number 11. It's x, y, z plus yz, and we have x equals 3, y equals 4, z equals 5. So we're going to make parentheses wherever the variables are. We're going to be multiplying these. We're not going to be making a number 345 here. We're going to be taking 3 times 4 times 5, 4 times 5. So we're going to get 20 times 3 is 60, plus 20 equals 80. So that's 17. We are moving fast now. Number 18. Okay, 18 is a shape. It's from lesson 28, number 16. And it looks something like this. It's a rectangular shape with a triangle thrown on the end. Just like the one on your test. All right, so the first thing you want to do is divide it into a triangle and a rectangle. All right, the sides are 31. We're finding the area, 26. And this whole side down here is 48. All right, so the rectangle is easy. We're just going to take 26 times 31, and we get 806. So this one is 26 times 31, and that equals 806. Now let's do the triangle. The height of the triangle is going to be the height of the rectangle. So the height of the triangle is also 26, and then we have to take 48 minus 31, and that gives us the base of the triangle. So to do the triangle, we're going to do 1/2 times 26 times 17. 2 goes into 26 13 times. 13 times 17 is 221. You can put the units on at the end, but make sure you put the units on. So this is 221. We add 806 and 221, and we get 1,027. And it's going to be, it doesn't have units on this one, I think, so you put units squared. If it's centimeters, it'd be centimeters squared. Area is always units squared. Okay, number 19. Lesson 24, number 7. So that one is, we are going to turn 859 centimeters into meters. So we're going to take our 859 centimeters. We're going to use 1 unit multiplier. You're going to put centimeters in the bottom. We want it to go into meters, so the meters will stay on the top. There's 100 centimeters in 1 meter. So you're going to you keep what's on top on the top, what's on bottom in the bottom in the bottom. These cross out, over 100 meters. And now when you're dividing by multiples of 10, you're going to move the decimal point to the left too. So your final answer is 8.59 meters. And for the last problem, number 20. We have a shape. I'm just really freestyling it here. The one on the test is way actually easier than this one, even though this one is easy. On the test, all the sides are given. This one, you have to figure out some of the sides. So 25, this is 6, and I think this is 20. I'm not sure which ones they didn't give us now. I guess we need this one. This is 25. You can find all the sides by subtracting. I don't know which ones came in the book and which ones I wrote down. So if you're supposed to be finding perimeter, all you do is you add up all the sides, and that's your perimeter. So it's going to be 112 centimeters, not squared, because we're just doing one length. We're not multiplying them together. Okay, so that is it for the practice test. I'm sorry if I missed one or got something out of order. I don't know what happened there. So let me know if you have any questions. Look, I hope you went through this and are ready to take your test.